So hello everybody. I hope you guys are doing absolutely amazing. It is a nice, beautiful afternoon here in Central Florida. And while everything above ground is nice and dead and frozen back from the coldest winter day we've had out here in a few years, underground are those babies right there. The Canna Edulis, Queensland arrowroot. These are an absolutely amazing root crop. Super productive, very ornamental, super easy to grow. They can grow in nice, wet, boggy areas if you have those on your property, or they can grow in standard soil, poor soil, even in pots. Basically anywhere, guys. But super easy no matter what. And these roots right here, you can see, it's a good sized clump, though this is nowhere near as big as they get. This is a very small one, but beautiful roots. These guys can get as large as footballs. And the clumps can get anywhere from this, which is about 5 pounds, right up to 30, 40 pound clumps, if not more. Very easy. They just spread. They don't really spread out, but as you can see the way the rhizome grows, they'll spread out in a nice clump. Anyway, again, these are the Canna Edulis. You don't want to mistake these for the Canna indica, which all cannas are edible. The roots, the leaves, flowers, the seeds. But only the Canna Edulis gets these nice, big, tender, that's important, non-fibrous roots. And unfortunately, a lot of people just, they're named whatever. So most of the time, if you're going to buy this Canna Edulis, the Queensland arrowroot, you're getting sold the Canna indica, which, again, even though it's edible, the roots are much thinner, the rhizomes. They're much more fibrous, and the flavor tends to not be as good. These guys right here are slightly sweet if they've been in the cold, or if you harvest them early in the fall, they're kind of like a slightly moist potato, like a waxy potato. Really good tasting. And yeah, they're really easy to propagate. During their growing period, they actually just send out smaller rhizomes where the plants will grow from. And then later in the year is when they actually produce these big giant clunkers. And you can just cut those off. You can see that'll become the new plant in the next couple weeks. And you can just cut those off, and they store really well in the fridge. Or you can just leave them in the ground and harvest as you want them. Or just dig them up and put them in a tub with some moist sand or peat moss. They have a nice dormancy period on them. Normally about 3 months, 3-4 months before they'll sprout back up. So, great crop to have. The flavor, like I said, is slightly sweet after they've been through some cold spells, or if you're harvesting them fresh in the fall before the plants die back, more like a yellow kind of waxy potato. But either way, you can slice them up and fry them, boil them. You can eat these raw, but they have a earthy taste to them, in my opinion, which I don't like raw roots. Some people do, but you can eat them raw, eat them cooked. Either way, grate them fresh on a salad. The young shoots on these are, of course, edible, especially when they're in the growing season, setting up nice tender shoots before the leaves unfurl. You just cut those off and stir fry them up. Really freaking good, guys. Really good. But yeah, definitely a crop you don't want to pass up. You can grow these anywhere. They naturally go dormant in the fall, winter, so you don't have to worry about cold temperatures. They do amazing in large pots. Anywhere. These are just a crop you guys need to be growing. Super productive and tasty. Not sure what else I wanted to say about these. Once they get grown again, I'll get a nice video on the plants. Very pretty. They send up beautiful sprays of red flowers and just really ornamental looking. Nothing really bothers them. Sometimes you can get aphids on the stalks, woolly aphids, especially here in the south. But other than that, zero pest problems, zero disease issues. Once they're established, they don't really need much. But of course, the more you put into them, the more you get out. If you just kind of let them go on their own, set them and forget them like I do, you get a good harvest. You know, that right there is about 5 pounds, and there are clumps all throughout here. This bed right here will probably have a couple 100 pounds in it. But if you really take care of them, give them lots of good, rich soil, at the end of the year, you can have a 40, 50 pound, pound. I don't know, New English, guys, yeah, New English. But 40, 50 pound clump of roots easily to do whatever you want with. Great for feeding the chickens, pigs, slice them up, the goats love them. So many uses, guys. All root crops, of course, are super nutritious. Just can't be beat. Really can't. So, guys, there is another amazing crop you should be growing, feeding yourself. Really tasty, but somewhat rare. They're getting a little easier to find, though, again, a lot of places on eBay or a lot of websites do not sell you the correct plant. And that's another thing, these do not grow from seed. The Canna Indica grows very easily from seed. Canna Edulis does not grow from seed. You can only buy and grow these from clump divisions. That's it. They do not grow from seed. And this variety, if you want a little backstory, I actually found growing in sitting in a box in an Asian market up in Orlando. I like to visit Asian markets. You know, they always have so many amazing things. And just a box sitting there on the tray. And just these big, bruised up, half rotten roots in it. And I'm like, what the heck are these? Because I'd never seen them before. This was years ago. I've been growing these about 10 years. And I'm trying to find somebody that could tell me what an English name was for them, because I'd never seen. And these were big roots. These were, bigger than my fist. And I finally found the manager of the store. And she said she was from Taiwan. And she grew these over there. She was an immigrant. And she kept telling me canna potatoes. I'm like, what the heck is a canna potato? And then after doing some research, it's Queensland arrowroot. It's actual cannas. I'd never seen it. And she kept telling me, she didn't speak very much English. She kept telling me that they grow like fire. I'm like, they grow like fire? And she's like, yes, green fire. And I didn't understand until I bought the whole box. And they grow extremely fast. The plants on these, you have a little start, and within a month you can have a shoot that's 5 feet tall. And so they're green fire cannas. That's what I saw them as. It's really fast, beautiful green leaves. There are red and purple varieties out there, but again, these are so rare in the U.S., extremely hard to find, that the only one I've ever come across is this green variety. But yeah, so green fire cannas, and they're very, very vigorous plants, but not unmanageable. Like I said, it's not like they'll spread and eat your yard. They form nice tight clumps. But yeah, that was how I originally found this variety, and not regretting it since. Super awesome crop. And again, just super easy, guys. There is no reason you should not be growing every bit of your own food, because most of it doesn't need that much care. So, guys, take it easy. I appreciate you watching, appreciate your love. And if you are interested in getting some true edible cannas, the Queensland arrowroot, you can either hit me up on eBay or shoot me an email. And yeah, definitely worth growing. Very delicious, beautiful plants. The edible canna. Canna Edulis, Queensland arrowroot. So thank you guys. See you later. Get yourself some cannas. Well, the pretty ones are pretty. They don't give you that much food. These ones are pretty, and they give you lots of food. Look at that. And that, remember, is a small clump. These can get 30, 40 pounds just in a single clump. And you see how they grow there. They grow just like your standard canna, except they swell up much, much larger. And you break each one of those off. You can cut that right there. Cut that off. Stick it in your fridge or eat it. And leave the rest in the ground for storage. Really tasty. Super delicious. Grow food, guys. See you later.